Greetings, Sky Watchers, and welcome to the sky above us. I'm James Albury, and I'm your tour guide to the night sky. We have a lunar eclipse happening on the evening of September 17th. But don't get too excited. There's an even better lunar eclipse happening in 6 months. What am I talking about? Let me show you. Both Earth and the Moon cast two shadows, a darker inner shadow called the umbra, and a lighter outer shadow called the penumbra. For lunar eclipses, the location of the Moon with respect to Earth's shadow will determine the type of eclipse we can see. If the Moon only passes through the penumbra, we will see a penumbral lunar eclipse. During a penumbral lunar eclipse, there's only a slight dimming of the Moon, which is just barely noticeable to the casual moon watcher. When the Moon passes through only a portion of the darker part of the shadow, the umbra, we call it a partial lunar eclipse. When the Moon passes completely into the darker part of Earth's shadow, we have what we call a total lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipse on September 17th is the last of a grouping of 4 lunar eclipses since the total lunar eclipse of November 2022. Since that time, we've had 2 partial eclipses and 2 penumbral eclipses. Unfortunately, this last partial eclipse is what I call a weak partial, because the Moon just barely skims Earth's umbra. So, it could be considered penumbral, but since a tiny part of the Moon does enter the umbra, astronomers officially call it a partial. Here's how the eclipse itself will play out. Keep in mind that all these times I will reference are in Eastern Standard Time, so please review the chart on the screen to choose the appropriate time in your own time zone. First contact with Earth's penumbra will happen at 8:42 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Tuesday evening, September 17th. The eclipse won't get interesting until 10:14 p.m. when the Moon begins to skim the edge of Earth's umbra. The peak of the eclipse will happen at 10:45 p.m., after which the Moon will begin leaving Earth's umbra. The Moon will be completely out of the umbra by 11:16 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and the Moon will completely leave Earth's penumbra by 12:48 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Wednesday morning, September 18th. If you happen to miss this eclipse due to cloud cover or you overslept and didn't wake up in time to see it, our next lunar eclipse will be a total one, where the Moon will actually turn red. Unfortunately, that won't happen until Friday, March 14th, 2025. And yes, that's Pi Day, so if you're a math nerd like me, you're in luck. So mark your calendars. All right, my friends, head outside on September 17th to catch a glimpse of the partial eclipse of the Moon. And mark your calendars for Friday morning, March 14th's total lunar eclipse. You'll be glad you did. Before you go, visit our website, theskyaboveus.org. From there you can watch previous episodes, listen to the Sky Above Us podcast, get the Sky Above Us merchandise, and you can even ask me an astronomical question that I'll answer in a future episode. Even a partial eclipse can be fun, especially if you remember to keep looking up.